As that one's stolen, and here comes Dunn. Dunn, Euro step off the glass and in, and she'll go to the line. Holmes on the drive, gets that one to go, and the foul. On the inbounds, it's Ryan Sickenberger. Butler baseline, kicks it out. One more pass over for three. Sickenberger gets that one to go. Freeman stays with it. Freeman, McDonough, Scipio up top. Williams trying to get free for the ball. McDonough staying with him. Nice play by Spot Chart. They want to give it off to Williams, they can't. And it leads to a steal on Scipio. Back the other way goes Berlin, all the way, and it goes in for Seckler. That's 11 for him. Vasquez, right corner. Walter, Dunn, left wing, Dunn, spins away, crossover. Walter, 39 seconds remaining. Right wing on. Now straight away. They slow it down. 30 seconds remaining. Vasquez. Pinckney inside off the catch. Here's Fisher. Crossover. Fisher. Floater. Gets the friendly roll home.
Fisher.
So just past 2.5 minutes played. Here's Fisher. Right wing to Walter. Now it's Jasmine Dunn. Skies it over Fisher. Fisher for three. Yes! So 3 3-pointers to start the game for the Wolverines. 3.5 minutes played. It's done. Walter. Pinckney near the foul line. Throws it over. Fisher for three. Not this time. Jasmine Fisher's 3 3-pointers came in the first half against Greensburg-Salem. Since then, she's gone a little cold, but shooters shoot, as you always know.
She's going to keep shooting. As they say, she's going to keep shooting. She leads all scorers with 11.
That she does. For three. That one doesn't go for Roberts. Picked up by Moore. Moore underneath the basket, off the glass and in. Nice
with
little
the left-hand puppy. Did you see how she threw that in there?
Just a scoop shot. Walter all alone. Floater. Not this time. Vasquez on the rebound inside to Pinckney, and she'll go to the line.
Nice rebound by Carmen Vasquez. She found Peyton Pinckney underneath with the dribble pass. Peyton goes up strong. Tried to get to and one, but fell short. She goes to the line shooting two.
So again, Pinckney leading all scorers for Woodland Hills. Nadia Moore with 12 for Winchester. That one rattles in for Pinckney. Absolutely. It was, while Walter led the way, it was really a team victory. 4 scores in double figures. Walter leading the way alongside Pinckney and Hawkins. And Carmen Vasquez also came in there with 10 points. And a really important stretch towards the end of the third quarter that kind of really was almost not really putting them away, but just really exerting her will over the Wildcats. It was a steal. It was a steal in the backcourt, getting a layup, and then towards half court, she had another swipe away, went back down the other way, and scored on a fast break. It was a 4-point swing that the Wolverines needed to get themselves up 5 before the end of that third quarter. It was the difference in the game, really, because then Woodland Hills started pulling away in the fourth.
And so, who do you think will be the X factor tonight for Woodland Hills Wolverines?
Well, I'm going to say it again. I mean, I'll say Carmen Vasquez, because again, she had a great first game of her high school career against Gateway alongside Hope Hawkins. It's really going to be those two who are trading the starting position back and forth for the last couple games here. Tonight, it's Hawkins in instead of Vasquez, but still, with Woodland Hills running a fairly short bench, really only 7 people who come out here. It's between Vasquez, Hawkins, and also Ciara Guest, who comes in occasionally for defense. You can arguably say it's 6, but regardless, all hands on deck for the Wolverines tonight.
We're about to have the tip. I'm looking for Jasmine Dunn for her teardrop to drop for her this afternoon.
She was working on that a little bit before the game, as it's Hawkins wins the tip, for Woodland Hills, and we're underway here. So here's Walter. So here comes the Golden Lions. Mankins going baseline, surrounded by Wolverines. Drops it off. That one doesn't go for Ronnie Kaufman. Greensburg still has the ball. Abigail Mankins, crossover, guarded by Walter. Walter stays with her. Mankins, turnaround shot doesn't go for a rebound. Pinckney. Eastern Michigan product brings it up, stops up, wanted to shoot. She'll pass it off to Jasmine Fisher. Gets the friendly roll there. As that's now 2 for Jasmine Fisher, early on having 10 for the Wolverines, 6 points for her. Now it's Mankins over the timeline. Excuse me, that's Caldwell. First to the floor, Dunn. Passes it out to Hawkins. Hawkins back to Dunn. She'll bring it over the timeline. Dunn stops up, crossover, nice move. Mid-range doesn't go for her, but a good idea there. So now slowing it down is Abigail Mankins for Greensburg-Salem, guarded by Walter. Caldwell in the corner. Kaufman gets it back to Caldwell on the wing. Abigail Mankins all the way to the hole. Couldn't get the friendly bounce there. Rebound goes to Tamaya Lewis. Jump pass Caldwell. Cross court. And a foul there, and that one's going to be on Kayla Walter going for the steal. One's off, but the rebound goes Rafferty over Pinckney, blocked by Pinckney.
That's a nice defense by Pinckney. We spoke about. They've been working on her defense.
Dunn with the floater, not this time. Rebound Greater Latrobe. And here comes Watson. Bounce pass, stolen away by Pinckney. A minute and a half played. Pinckney stays with it. Pinckney driving. And they call a travel there as she was in the gather, but the referee felt that was too much steps. The referee really gave her a little bit of leeway there with a little bit of a push, but he wasn't going to do it the second time. Start the second half.
You know, time for the second half. In order for Woodland Hills to maintain and build their lead, all they're going to need to do really is handle a full court press by Penn Hills.
And Jasmine Golden kicking it off with 2 points.
So when you're breaking a press, you don't want to force your tempo. Get the ball over the half court and then run a solid offense.
On the elbow, Dunn couldn't get the roll home. Rebound, Blackwell on the fast break with Vasquez covering, hangs and gets that one to go.
That was determination. Blackwell was not going to be stopped. Again, you got some full court man-to-man pressure. You want to maintain your composure and don't rush like that. Walters forced a turnover.
Penn Hill's trap working so far. Blackwell off the glass. And it's Pinckney with the rebound. Wanted to throw it back to Carpenter, but no dice.
So in the last 2 possessions, Woodland Hills, they've broken a press, but Penn Hills has forced tempo. Bad shot, quick shot.
And a splash for Kayla Walter. She has 14.
Yeah, that was a brigade that went off in that 3-point line.
The Goldens each handling the ball. This one is Jayla Golden.
Woodland Hills comes out in their zone like they did in the first half.
Jayla Golden crossover, stopped up, picked off by Fisher. Fisher with Walter, 2-on-2. Walter, and she'll go to the line. Oh, push to the back by Carpenter, and she'll shoot 2.
Well, that all started because Jasmine Fisher was playing the passing lane, got a steal, and now Walters goes to the line. That was all started by Fisher.
So the story is early on to begin getting out of the break, a 7-0 run for Greensburg-Salem, and then Woodland Hills answers back with a 9-0 run that really was built off of man-to-man defense, going away from that 3-2 zone, which worked earlier this week against Greensburg-Salem, but Greensburg-Salem was able to solve that with other offensive contributors. It wasn't Abby Mankins, it was Caitlin Mankins who came to play, and really that's how you can attack the zone, one of the ways inside scoring.
Yeah, the 3-2 defense, it was passive. So what I mean by passive, you were allowing the offense to pick over and look over your defense, right? You weren't really moving with the ball. You were reacting opposed to being anticipatory, okay? Then Coach Pitt said, hey, that's enough of that. Let's, force the tempo. Came out of that zone. Next thing you know, Woodland Hills getting steals and ones.
Absolutely, the pace really picked up for them. And
Yes.
that's the key for Woodland Hills whenever they get into the WPIAL tournament and in turn maybe fighting for a state championship if everything goes well for them. It's picking up the pace. It's not having as many empty trips to the line. It's getting out in space. It's making those easy layups and stuff like that that'll help them.
Defensively, Woodland Hills is quick enough to play man. They're big enough to play the post. Offensively, they have some perimeter shooters. 3 out by the tray and inside. It's just a matter of being disciplined and taking care of their basketball.
2:25 remaining. Here's Pinckney, spins. Pinckney still in trouble, flips it over to Freeman. But Kropp gets a steal. Here comes Daniels. Euro step, not this time.
Good hands by Jones. Cobbs, excuse me.
Duggar. And head coach Chris Giles, a former Wolverines assistant last year, calls a timeout, and that's one of the stories of this game. You have to wonder, Giles has seen a lot of these kids play. He kind of probably knows them like the back of his hand, especially last year.
Well, always a benefit when you sat on the bench of the team that you're now coaching against, because you know personnel, you know tendencies, and you may even know schemes. So you know with the team that he has athletes, he has length, he has size. Maximize that with the press and the inside presence, which he's totally capitalized on.
You have to wonder how much has it changed really in terms of like offensive sets for the Wolverines. It seems that, again, there's been a ton of change in a year for this team. So I wonder if it's also just right now for the Wolverines just too much change in a tough year.
Well, it doesn't bode consistency, nor can you build chemistry. So the fact that they're still playing hard, and then again, I'm going to give them kudos because in this open tournament, they still got a shot to have a different type of outcome in the playoffs.
Chance for ISA to get this down to a single possession.
So mass substitutions for our family. So it's Lindsay. Bryce Lindsay in the corner. That was Brendan. Inside pass, Walden. Skyhook doesn't work.
And that's something that Walden will learn there. The bigger man, he had position inside. Instead, he went to his inside shoulder when instead he should have went around to the outside and be able to use the glass.
And Larry Kosciuszko for 3 as it's now a 1-point game. So our family, their big lead now down to 1. Walden over to Evans, and he'll go to the line.
And once again, we saw Walden turn to his inward towards his inside shoulder. That's just because he's a right-handed player and he's comfortable with that right hand. Once he can develop to fake that inside and go outside, that's going to be hard to defend.
Absolutely. And it seemed that he had, on that hook shot, he had a little bit more space. He could have walked in there and probably go for a jam there. Is it just like just wanting to be stylish or just being young over time? That's just something that you'll develop?
Sometimes you just get a little bit lost on the court. I mean, he's a big man. He's used to bodies being all around him. It'd be like a quarterback being able to throw every time and expecting not to get hit. It's kind of just, there's going to be bodies down there, so sometimes you turn around, you're wide open, and it can confuse you a little bit.
So that trip to the line, Evans completes it with 2 shots. Really, you put the team on your back with that, an 11-0 run in the 4th quarter. What did head coach Von Pitts say to you in the huddles whenever you guys were down?
He just said that we were down and we had to get back. If we wanted to win, we had to show them that we wanted to win. We had to come out, do what we do, just not get flustered and not speed up our game like how they were trying to do. We had to slow the game down and get the ball in the paint because they couldn't guard us in the paint.
Absolutely. And another person who really helped you with that in the paint was Hope Hawkins. This is the third game in which both of you were in double figures, really, and led the way in scoring. But also, the last game, you guys were also 11 and 10 points, or 11 and 11 points. So just talk about your connection with you and Hope.
Well, like every freshman has a senior, and Hope's my freshman this year. And I just try to like walk her through things that I had trouble with my freshman year. Try to make sure she doesn't get mad in the game. That's one thing she's really bad at, is getting mad at herself when she doesn't need to. I just try to help her calm down and tell her like it's okay. Like we just gotta. They can't guard us in the post when you have 2 6-foot people in the post. There's nothing really they can do on defense.
Really, this is a perfect end to senior rec. You were part of the 2017-2018 team, the last team before head coach Vaughn Pitts. Just talk about your journey through these 4 years. Just how has it been for you?
It's just my journey here it's been a ride. It's been fun. It's been one not to forget. I've been through 2 different coaches in my whole 4 years. It's just you live and you learn. It's a great experience to go through, and I wouldn't want it for anything else.
Absolutely, and you still have a couple more games to go for. Your next game is against Franklin Regional, and then you guys look to get your second consecutive section championship against Latrobe, hopefully, after you guys take care of business. Peyton, thanks for your time here.
And just kind of a slow start. I thought after the second half we kind of regrouped and played the way we wanted there, especially in the third quarter.
And Elijah Seckler, he had 21 points tonight, and really, he was just unconscious at times. Heat check shots. It was just a great night for Seckler. What does he do for your team?
He's an outstanding player. He puts a ton of time in, which has, made him an outstanding player. He controls the game. He plays with a great confidence and a competitiveness. And when you have confidence and you're competitive and you work at it, you're going to be very successful. He does those things.
And this is your second year in this tournament. Just how does it feel to play basketball? Because I know for you guys, you were in the PIAA quarterfinals, and then it just, of course, COVID-19.
Yeah, I mean, we really appreciate the opportunity that, Mr. Corsi gave us, invited us up here. We missed out on some things last year. We have a special group of kids who like these kind of opportunities. They like to be challenged, so we're very fortunate to get the opportunity tonight and then get a chance to go play again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Tanner, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.